Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Just Say Guay. I'm your host, George Guay. Today I'm joined by Garrett Horn, who's a pitcher for Liberty University. I'm just named to the freshman All-American team in college baseball. Garrett, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so how's your summer going, man? What are you doing to get ready for next season?
It's good. Most of summer I've been up at Liberty just training with our strength and conditioning coach and doing rehab on my shoulder. Just working to get back this next year stronger and kind of just to improve on everything really. Right now I'm down here with my family hanging out and I'm gonna go back up in a little bit.
Yeah, and you mentioned the keys you're trying to improve. What do you think are the keys to improving after such a great freshman season?
I mean, I think there's always something to improve on, but looking at it at one like minuscule thing at a time, I think is the bigger thing. Since we're in summer, I just get in the weight room and get stronger right now. That's all that the focus is on is doing the lifts right and doing them the correct way and just getting my body bigger and being able to handle these longer seasons with more innings and pitches.
Definitely. So could you just take me through where you're from and what the baseball culture was like growing up? Maybe the teams you rooted for or players that you admired.
Yeah, so I'm from Kernersville, North Carolina. It's a small town right next to Winston-Salem. I grew up playing baseball my whole life. My dad's from Pittsburgh, my mom's from Indiana. So my dad's a Pirates fan, and I started as a Pirates fan, but followed Jason Bay to the Mets. I'm a Mets fan. I've been a Mets fan for many, many, many years. So yeah, I just kind of been playing baseball my whole life, and I mean it's what I love to do. I wouldn't rather be doing anything else. I mean, it's just when I stay here, I just can't wait to just get back into the season. I can't wait. I love doing work to get better. Like it's my passion.
Yeah, that's definitely the right approach to have. And your school's very lucky to have a player like that with a mindset like that. And you got to be pleased with the Mets, how they're playing, and the players they're drafting this weekend. So uh, take me through the challenges of improving during COVID because the end of your high school career was when COVID hit. And just wondering, how do you improve it during times like that when going into college, those are the most important years.
Well, I think although the when COVID hit, it kind of like just sucked. I mean, everybody was like the seniors, their season was gone. It was my junior year, and it was kind of like, yeah, personally, I have to step up and do stuff, but it's also the people that you have around you. I mean, my parents, my family, like they push me. My coach, Coach Walker at Glenn, he knows what he's doing. He pushes me and my trainer Jared Miller, who I've been with for a very long time, and I trust with everything I have, is he just helped me and my friends through that. I mean, just training every week, every day, getting better, just putting an emphasis on getting better because when it comes back, you got to shock some people. You got to show them what you've been doing.
Yeah, that's the mindset to have, especially during a challenging time. My question about it is was it easier to get to a field than other sports? Because I've interviewed so many hockey players that were shut down during COVID. They couldn't get into a rink. You know, was it a bit easier that you could just go outside and throw pitches?
I would say that it's probably easier to find a field than on a hockey rink. But I definitely think that baseball being like, especially pitching, just being able to go outside and throw just every day or every other day, it's nice having that feeling to just that comfort or whatever, just to know that it's all on you. It's not, can I find accessibility to something? It is on you. If you don't do it, it's because you didn't want to do it. So I think that's also like sitting in my mind, it's just never right with me, is sitting inside or doing something else knowing that I can be getting better. It's just never a good feeling with me.
Gotcha. That makes a lot of sense. So, how did it impact your recruiting process, or were you already committed to your college when this all happened?
I was already committed. So the season started in March. I committed to Liberty on November 19th, right after school. And so going into it, I had that kind of crutch, I guess, to lean on, knowing that I didn't have to like work to prove myself to somebody, but to like get picked up. But I kept the mindset of going into it. I have to prove to everybody else who passed up on me, just for them to know that they made a mistake. And I just that's how I got kind of went through with it was I'm gonna prove to everybody else that they made a mistake. But having that crutch of being committed already was very relaxing to me.
Yeah, for sure, especially during that time, and good for you. And I think that is the right mindset. Just keep working. So the people that didn't want to recruit you or thing like that, they do regret it looking back on it. So, could you just take me through what made you choose Liberty University? What stuck out to you? And I know it's a very difficult decision because you could probably play baseball at so many other different colleges, and it does come to a decision. It's your decision, but what was the final factor that made you choose Liberty?
Well, I think the thing was going into it, I was coming off like a little shoulder injury that I had, and a lot of people or a lot of teams or colleges really just kind of stopped talking to me. And I visited Campbell and I visited Liberty, and then when I went to Liberty, it was like an immediate click. Like it was just like this is where I'm supposed to be, and especially with everybody kind of just yeah whatever. To me, I was like, all right, this is 100% it. Like I went there, the coaches are amazing. Like first impressions of them, they were amazing. In the place, you couldn't even tell that it was a mid-major because it could play in any Power Five school that you go to. If you walk in there, you'd be stunned that it's a mid-major. It's crazy. And I mean, everybody from the athletic um, people to the academic people to the coaching staff, they all are just incredible at their jobs.
Yeah, that's definitely all those big factors that are going on outside the baseball diamond that lead into having success. And those things are really important. So, uh, what was just the key to having such a good freshman season? Because I went to Providence College, and that was a heavy competitive Division I school. Big East basketball, Hockey East for hockey, and I've seen freshmen that do take a season to figure it out, and then they do have that strong freshman season, but or sophomore. But you figured it out early. What was just the key to that?
I think really just for me, it was trust. Me having just going in there and throwing everything down and saying throwing like all my guards down of what I think is right or whatever, and just going, I trust Coach Williams, I trust Coach Jackson, I trust Coach Nethery, I trust Dan Pruser is our trainer, I trust everybody. And I know that what they tell me is going to be the best thing for me, and that I also trust my teammates. Like every single one of them was just such a big part in everything for us. And I mean, the team that we had was just we just went to battle every day with each other. It was it was just every day being able to trust them, trust the coaches. It just let me be me. That's all it was. It's just I just went out there and just did what I know I could do because my preparation the week and trusting everybody just allowed me to do what I can do.
Yeah, it sounds like such a great experience, and you're in the right spot for a school, and uh, definitely the type of team that you want to be on. So, what's next for you? In the program, you had that great freshman season. There's going to be a lot of expectations going into next year, and you know that in college, every team's different every year because people leave and new players come in, and there's different roles for each players that rise every year in graduating class. It's what's next for Liberty.
Well, we are gonna have a lot of new faces, a lot of transfers coming in. We're losing a lot of people. I mean, Mason Flaherty got drafted in the fifth round today by the Blue Jays, so that's awesome. I don't know what else is gonna happen later in the draft, but it's gonna be a lot of new faces. But knowing the people that are coming in, I've already met some of them. They're just great people, great dudes. They just want to get to work. Like they want to get in here and win. And I know the coaching staff thinks the same way. And I think we're gonna be able to do a lot of damage this year. A lot of damage, especially with the guys that we got and the coaches we got.
Yeah, it sounds like, and I was just wondering, what are your thoughts on the transfer portal? Because, you're seeing that how some players do have a great 4 years at their school and they realize, hey, I want to try something else. I want to go to Liberty because it sounds like such a great environment and people like you are succeeding. I know that a lot of guys are coming in, you guys are gonna have to gel, but student athletes spend so much time together and it's you guys are going to jail, but what are your thoughts on just all of a sudden getting all these new teammates and some that are really top line players?
I think it's great. I mean, I think that's the beauty of it is you just get new guys. I mean, yeah, you have your brothers that you go to battle with every day, one season, and then the next season they're gone, and then you get just a new band of people, and that's what's great about it is that you know that you've got to get along with these other people because those are going to be your guys for this whole season, and whether you like it or not, I mean, you can't get away from them, so better learn to love them, and uh it's honestly I just like it. It's cool just to see new guys come in, especially like uh those transfers that you said were at their school for 4 years, coming in for their fifth year, and they get one more shot at it. And it's great to be with them. We had Steve Hill this year was on his fifth or sixth year coming in, giving it one more shot. Derek Gorndorf and a few others that were just, I mean, they made such a big impact with us that without them, it's hard to think about.
Yeah, and that big impact is what you guys want, and making good memories with them as well. Do you think it helps with baseball that uh, your season doesn't start until the spring and or early spring, and a lot of the guys who are coming in for a new school that they can get situated in the fall and get used to campus and those important things like that, and then by the time spring comes, they're ready to go and they feel situated in their school.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great because they don't have to get here early in the summer and just like have work just load on top of them, just get ready for the fall. They can get in here, they can get to know people, they can relax and play in the spring.
Yeah, for sure. So my last question is has to do with the draft. You saw some a teammate of yours get picked today by the Toronto Blue Jays. After having such a strong season like yourself, does that really motivate you to push for this season as well, so that scouts will see that you're worth to get picked?
Um, I I don't really think about it much because I know that if I just do my job, that it's all gonna play out. Um, I just think that I gotta take these next 2 years as a Liberty student athlete and not a person who's trying to get drafted. I think that once if I just do that and keep playing well and hopefully we keep winning and just have fun with my team and my coaches and my friends and everybody around me, then it's all going to work out. There'll be no questions.
Yeah, I think that's a great mindset to have. I think we see so many people that have a hard time blocking out the noise and focusing on their season. And like you said, uh, the draft will take care of itself. But like you said, your job is to be a Liberty baseball player and do the best that you can to do that. So, Garrett, all the best. I'll be following Liberty baseball for sure, and we'll stay in contact.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, have a good one.